hold niggas hostage and raise the ransom. My flesh, no nigga contest. My bones adamantium. My soul can take control of the whole globe. My lyrics lift your spirit and leave your body froze. Your thoughts
I'm interested when I talk to people about anything dealing with spirituality. I know you are a spiritual advisor, so you probably get this a lot. When you say, when you ask someone, do you believe in God? Are people really aware of what they're really saying when they say that? Do you believe in God? Why do you have to believe in something that's already real? Do you believe in tomorrow? Do you believe in the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have to believe in something if it's already real? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that you have to believe in it shows that you, the individual, have the ultimate power over that which you have a choice to believe in or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
exactly.
That's what people don't realize.
Exactly.
They don't have it. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with, this belief system. Why does God, and I was talking about that with Holip, we talk about that a lot. Why does the God that people believe in need you to believe in him in order to validate its existence, if it's real?
Right. That's why I don't even ask people if they believe in God.
Do people ask you that when they say, "Well, do you believe in God?"
Yeah, I've been asked that, and I tell them no. I believe in me because I'm a God. You see, I mean, it's so easy to say now. It's because understanding the concept of what God has always been about. See, we go as far as you just mentioned. Most of our connection to what God's about starts and ends with the Bible.
Right.
Or what our parents taught us about the Bible. Many of us first learn out about God, not from the Bible, but from our parents, when they refer to God. And so we start to, many people never even read the Bible, but they still believe in God based on how they were raised. Right. It's just heresy to even, in the minds of many people, to be talking about the non-existence of God as we know it. And I mean, even in the Soul Scrolls, the Bible and any holy book, as far as I'm concerned, so I call them all the Soul Scrolls. When you read it, it tells you about having graven images. You know what I mean? Don't put a graven image before you. Don't have one on your wall, right? And don't put no gods before me. And if you understand that, that's you. So don't put no gods before yourself, you see?
Right.
So when you exalt something above yourself, then you have to be careful because you give the power of yourself to that thing.
That's right.
And that's what we have done. So every time something goes wrong, we pray or beseech this God rather than taking responsibility for our own actions.
And when people say they believe in God, I want to ask them, anyone that's in the audience, and respectfully I ask that because, of course, ultimately, if that's the paradigm that you choose to exist in, then that's all good for you. But if anybody wants to, if we want to elevate our consciousness and we want to realize, well, man, why is my situation doesn't seem to be working out? Why is my computer seems to be stuck? Why am I in this matrix? It's probably the God virus. When you say you believe in God, are you talking about the God character in the Bible, the Old Testament God character, the New Testament, the Quran? Which God do you say you believe in? Because a lot of people, they say they believe in the God of the Bible, but yet they still have stylized or created a God image to fit their lifestyle and mold it. Because you say, well, God said if you did this, you wrong. Well, I don't believe in that part of it.
Well, and not only that, then you get into the different names of God.
Right.
You know what I mean? That becomes the issue. He's Allah, he's Krishna, you know what I mean? Shangos, and you get into all these different names of all the various gods.
Right.
You see? So that's another argument that people get linked up on.
I find it interesting also that the Bible, the characteristics of God in the Bible displays human frailties. For example, the God of the Old Testament is jealous, angry, vengeful, spiteful. Uses divisiveness, manipulative, remorseful. These sound like a human being. That sounds like something. If I displayed those characteristics and then told you I was perfect, you would say, how could you be perfect? How could you tell me you was perfect?
Right.
You know, if we go to the Bible right now, and it says, with the whole concept of the beginning story, briefly, since the Bible is where we all got this from, let's go into it a little bit. You see what I'm saying? See, they didn't want us to critically analyze the Bible. They just want you to believe the garbage and just accept it on face value.
Yeah, well, when you start to go, that's what I'm saying, is when you start to go through the Bible with a fine-tooth comb and, you know, put the Bible on trial, if the Bible is a witness, because essentially you have to look at the Bible as a witness. We don't have Moses around anymore, but he left his notes. So the Bible is speaking for Moses, right, and for those who support it. And when you put the Bible on the witness stand as a character witness, it constantly contradicts itself, and so you can't believe it.
We have to delete our consciousness, people, of this character called God in this book called the Bible. That is not, and I repeat, that is not, when you say and when you think from your African mind of spirituality, and you think about what you're saying, because I talk to you guys, I've been talking to you guys for years, individually and collectively. I know what you mean when you saying that you believe in God. It's not that character in the Bible. That's not what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're talking about that, you are in confusion. I'm gonna bring in a caller. I think that's Holip. Hold on. Holip, you there?
Peace.
Peace. What's going on?
Peace, God.
What's your add-on to this whole thing so far?
Well, I was just absorbing everything that's being said, but I wanted to, prove something here. I want to prove the existence of the Incredible Hulk. and you know what my source is?
What's your source?
Marvel Universe. So there.
Oh, well, I mean, there it is.
There it is.
So what's the difference between that mythology and the mythology that you have in this book, in this Genesis story? And you had a little more detail. At least you have some scientific. You just come across God created heaven and earth. Period. They tell you how, what elements to use. Water just shows up on the scene. No talk of creating that. What are we dealing with?
You know,
if anybody wants to chime in, you can just press your one button. I know that you want to speak, and we're gonna let you in. But we have to delete our, like Brother Phil Valentine eloquently said, we have to delete our consciousness of this bullcrap.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I see a call now. Last 49371. Hello, caller.
Yeah, peace. What's good, man?
Peace. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this V right here from Chicago, man. What's goody?
Yes, sir. What's going on in Chi-Town in the house?
Oh, coolin', man. I just wanted Dr. Mutwasze. What's good, man? It's Tabari.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Coolin', man. I just wanted to let you brothers know that, far as what I see every day in the city and with people and listening to people talk on the train, the bus, all that, to me, religion is dying because the new generation that's coming, they can all be historians just by getting on the internet. Right. You know, when you talk about 325 AD, people are really researching this, finding out that the the ghost spell that's been put upon us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like you cannot lie and hide the fact that we were Christians in Africa. This was given to us by the caveman, the white man.